4:10 on July 10th, 2025, and I decided that I wanted to go ahead and try this challenge that I've seen a couple of times today while I've been watching YouTube videos. And so it's the Share the Love challenge on Instagram, and it's by Stacy Makes and the Cozy Buckeye. I've watched a couple videos today that show them doing the challenge, and it sounded really interesting. And since I'm new to the YouTube posting and videos, I figured I would go ahead and try this video out just to see how it would go. And so I'm not gonna necessarily crochet on camera a lot today. I might have a couple of clips of me crocheting, but mostly it's gonna be me just talking about the patterns and showing you the patterns I decided to go with. So the patterns I'm going with today, the whole point of this is you find 5 free patterns on Instagram, or just 5 free patterns in general that you've never tried before, and then you try them out, talk about them, tag the people that the designers, as well as Stacy Makes and the Cozy Buckeye, and then post the videos, of course. For now, I think I'm gonna just go ahead and get started, but I wanted to kind of give you an intro and let you know my name is Toddy from Naughty Toddy Crochet, and I decided to go with basically some of the top 5 patterns that I have saved just on my Instagram. The first one I'm gonna do is actually another variation of a pattern I've done before. So I messaged my husband earlier because I was lacking motivation, and since I was lacking motivation, I asked him what I should crochet, and he said evolutions. And while I have a bunch of different patterns on here that are free patterns for either mods or just evolutions in general, I decided I'm gonna go with just the classic Eevee, and then I'm gonna also do a small pattern for now because I need to do the 5 patterns, and I would like to get this video out sooner rather than later. And so I have done the Snorlax as well as the I can't remember what he's called, Gengar Chunkymon already, and I've done the bodies for some of the other Chunkymon that are sitting in my works in progress. You'll see that in another video because I need to get through those as well. But one of the Chunkymon they released was actually the Evolving Fox Chunkymon, aka Eevee, and that pattern is by Naughty Nat. So I'm going to start with that just because I told him I would do it. So since I already picked out the patterns I kind of want to do, I've gotten all my yarn together, I've got my hook. At some point I'll have to go get more stuffing because I'm almost out, but my stuffing bag's beside me. But I'm going to start with this. So this will be the Evolving Fox, which is the Chunkymon pattern. And then after that, I decided I was going to do the free pattern. It's Flower Baby is what it's called, and it's a no-sew pattern by redmills_crochet on Instagram. I'm going to try and do the Croco, I believe is how you say it, dino keychain. It's like a baby dinosaur that looks like it's popping out of an egg. It's really cute, and I've been eyeballing this pattern for a while, and I for some reason haven't done it yet. And dinos usually do pretty well at markets for me, so I think that doing this one would be a great option as well. And then the next pattern after that I'm wanting to do is the no-sew hanging succulent free pattern, and that is by Cat Crochet's Comforts, I believe, and it looks like a small cute little crochet succulent that you can hang. So the final pattern I'm gonna do, just because even though it is July, I'm extremely excited for Halloween season to come, and so I think I'm gonna try, because I've seen people do this pattern before and I've never had a chance to make it. It's called Boo Bear. It's a free crochet pattern also on Instagram, and it's by Hook and Haven, and it looks really adorable. So it does say it's a low sew, not a no sew pattern, so it might take me a little longer, but hopefully not too terribly long. But we will see how much I can get done today. I may or may not check in once I've done a couple of these. Otherwise, once I finish all 5 of these, I'll go ahead and have them all gathered up together, and then I can show you each of them. And then, yeah, I will see y'all in a little bit. And if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments.
I know you feel like you want me, and I guess in a way you do. Holding my breath, unraveling emotions. I need some space to think this through. Call me all night long. Try to give you hints and a hard to see. Right on the line, no. Losing it on you's the last thing I need. If I'm honest, I'll just make you cry. And I don't wanna fight with you. I would rather lie to you. I promise now's not the right time. Yeah, I don't wanna fight with you. I would rather lie to you. Look away so you won't see, 'cause the pain is in my eyes. Feels like I could break at any moment and shatter your insides. If you read my mind, call me all night long. Try to give you hints and a hard to see. Right on the line, no. Losing it on you's the last thing I need. If I'm honest, I'll just make you cry. And I don't wanna fight with you. I would rather lie to you. I promise now's not the right time. Yeah, I don't wanna fight with you. I would rather lie to you. I would rather lie. I would rather lie. I don't wanna fight. I would rather lie to you. If I'm honest, I'll just make you cry. Yeah, I don't wanna fight with you. I would rather lie to you. Call me all night long. Try to give you hints and a hard to see. Right on the line, no. Losing it on you's the last thing.
Hey y'all, I'm back. So it is now the 16th of July, so it's been a few days since the last time I checked in with y'all. I'm still doing the what's it called, the challenge where we're making 5 free crochet patterns, and I didn't really crochet much other than when I was working on the first pattern, but let me go back over the patterns I did and let me show you them, because I have completed all 5. And then the people I'm going to tag, I'm going to go ahead and just put their usernames. So the first one I completed, which I showed you a little bit in a previous video of me crocheting, was this Chunky Mon. It's the Evolution. My husband had wanted me to do an Eevee, and so I finally did one. And now he's continuing to tell me that I need to do more. So that's to come, because I have plenty of patterns that I've gotten over the last couple years that are Pokemon themed, and so I need to use those. That's probably going to be a whole video by itself of just me making different Pokemon items. But yep, it came out pretty nice sized. I did use Bernat Blanket and then some faux fur. I don't really remember which one it is. It's from, I think, Hobby Lobby, because that's just where I had gotten it from previously, but I don't honestly remember, but it's a tannish one. I've done a couple other Chunky Mon, but now this has inspired me to really go back and make as many of them as I can, because this came out really cute, and my husband knew what it was automatically, which made me feel good, because as someone who hasn't watched very much Pokemon and doesn't really know what they look like, I wanted to make sure that people would still understand what this was. And yeah, it came out like the perfect size and will be perfect for not only markets, but I might even do like a mystery box or something where I do different Pokemon. That was an idea I had at one point, but I've just never done it. So here's the first item, and then now that I've shown it to you, I'm gonna actually put it in the what I've crocheted for this month. I'm gonna start doing those again. I used to do little reels for those, but I think I'm gonna start doing those videos again, and I've actually been crocheting a decent amount this month, so yeah, look for that video later on, depending on how it gets posted, just because my husband does do all my editing for me, and he's also trying to edit his own videos and working a full-time job. So these videos might be getting to you a little slow, but that's okay. So that's the first one. But the next one I completed was the Flower Baby free pattern on Instagram by Red Mills Crochet. And this came out so adorable. And since I am from Kansas, I had to do a sunflower instead of just a daisy or anything, but you can honestly customize this to whatever flowers you want. It really did not take much time at all. And it kind of reminds me of the Mushy Boy pattern that I do a lot, but it's actually a little smaller than most of my Mushy Boys, so probably will end up selling this for probably around $12 just to make my money back. And also I'm probably gonna make a bunch more of these just because they were such a quick workup. And then I got this one done. You can add blush and stuff, but I never think the blush looks right when I put it on. It looks so cute on other people's crochet items, but I think I'm just too critical of my own work because I never like how it looks, so I just never put blush on. And usually I don't even put a little smiley face or anything on it. I just leave it with the eyes. So there's the second item. And then I went ahead and did a dino pattern because I have not done a dino in a long time, and they are great sellers. I've sold all the dinos I've ever made. And this was it's supposed to be a keychain because of the weight of yarn she used, but it's Crochet, the dino keychain, and it's a pattern by, I am gonna probably mess up this crocheter's name or handle, but it's at Mian Hicklesberg. I don't think I said that right, but like I said, I'll put the picture of the pattern on Instagram as well as the actual name on there so you can find her, because I probably didn't say it right. But I went ahead and made mine out of blanket yarn just because I prefer to work with that. So it did come out bigger, but I still think it came out adorable. And honestly, it didn't take long. There was a bit of sewing because you do have to sew on the legs and the arms as well as the snout, and then you go back, and the head, and then you go back through and you just crochet. They show you how to do the stitches on the frill on the top. I did have to do it a couple times just because there was a little bit of confusion I had on it, but I honestly think that was me just reading it wrong, because once I went back it lined up perfectly. And even though mine's not 100% symmetrical and even, it's close enough that you get the gist. It's as close to a straight line as I could get just based on my stitches. But yeah, so it's supposed to be a little baby dino hatching out of an egg, and apparently its name's Crochet. And yeah, I'm probably gonna make more just in some different colors. I love this dark green, but I also kind of want to make them in like the light green that I did for my little sunflower buddy over here. So that was the third pattern I made, and like I said, I'll have all these patterns linked below if we can figure out how to do that. And then the next pattern I did was, I've been wanting to do flowers or just like succulents and hanging patterns for a while, and I don't know why I've been putting it off, but I finally decided to do one. And this is the pattern by Cat's Crochet Comforts, or no, Cat Crochets Comforts. Sorry about that. And this took probably, it took a decent amount of time, but I honestly think it took just a little longer than the Flower Buddy, but not as long as the Eevee or as the Dino. And it's just a little succulent, and it just hangs here. And I didn't use stitch markers like the pattern told me to, so that's on me. I just always forget to go grab them, even though I have plenty. But, so the straps might be slightly off. I could have probably adjusted them just so that it would hang a little more even, like that, instead of leaning like it does. But I still love how it came out. And I know I'm supposed to sell it, but I'm really considering keeping this one for myself and just hanging it in my little office area that we have in the front room for myself. Just because I want to decorate in that area. So we will see if I keep it for myself or if I end up selling it. It's to be determined, but honestly, these are a quick enough make that I think I could honestly pump a few of these out and have them ready for whenever I do my next market, and they should sell, especially depending on what kind of market I do next. And then my final pattern is one that I've been wanting to do for a while. I've had a lot of these patterns saved, honestly, for a while and just haven't done them. But because it's only July, I probably could have waited to do this pattern, but I've been really wanting to do a Halloween pattern. Halloween's one of my favorite seasons. I love the fall. So I decided to do a Boo Bear, and it's a free pattern by Hook and Haven, and I've seen other people do it, and I just think it's so cute. I could add a little bit of detail to the nose like she did. I haven't yet because I did a darker brown than she did, and I just haven't decided if I want to try and do that or if I want to leave it how it is. But right now, this is the little Boo Bear. So let me know in the comments if I should add the little nose detail here. But she did a lighter, like, tan color, and I did the darker brown, the same brown that I used for my Evie, which I believe is the Sienna, and I think it's Sienna, and Bernat blanket, and then just a, I think, vintage white and Bernat blanket as well. But yeah, this one worked up fairly quickly. There is a little bit of sewing. You do have to sew on the ears as well as the little feet, but honestly, it did not take too much time. I really need to lint roll these, goodness. But yeah, so I was able to complete all of these within a day or two, and that was with me not really focusing on them too much. But because I did all of these and I think they all came out adorable, I think I'm going to go ahead and start making this more of a series other than just the one challenge, because while I love a good challenge, I also want to get through as many of my free crochet patterns I've saved as I can. So I might do something like a free pattern a day, or how many free patterns can I crochet in a week. I don't know. I haven't decided what kind of video I want to do just yet, but keep an eye out because I might be doing some more where it's free Instagram patterns that I'm crocheting. That way I can just get through them, and also so I have a little bit more variety in my inventory, because right now I have a decent amount in my inventory, but still plenty that I can do. But yeah, so that's the last one. Like I said, this is the Boo Bear by Hook and Haven, and so these are all 5 of my items that I did, and I will go ahead and throw these in with my what's it called, with my completed items for this month, and then that should be another video here. Hopefully I can post it around, it'll have to be at the end of after July has ended, because it'll be all of what I crocheted in July. So hopefully the first week of August I can get that out, but we will see. I am currently 31 weeks pregnant, so we are getting closer to my due date, and I don't know how much I'm going to continue to be crocheting, as well as how many videos I'm going to be able to get out, because we got a lot of stuff we still got to do before the baby gets here. But yeah, if you have any questions or comments or anything you want to say, feel free to leave them in the comments below. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell icon if you really want to stay up to date with anything I've been posting. And also, all of these should be posted on my Etsy shop at some point. We'll see. Hopefully by the time this video gets up. I don't know. We actually got more posted on there because it's still pretty new. I've only had it open for about a week, but we got more stuff posted on there, so I do have a decent amount on there, but not all my inventory's on there just yet. And since these are newer things that I've done, we still need to get those posted. But hopefully here soon we can go ahead and get those up. And if there's anything you saw that you want, go ahead and go over to Etsy and get it. And if it's not on Etsy, I'm thinking about doing a custom order option on there, and then it'll be limited just because, like I said, I don't know how much I'll be able to get done before the baby gets here, but we have till September, hopefully, as long as she's on time. But yeah, so if you have anything else, just let us know. All right.